Baptism was great this morning. Baptism was great. You know, I like when you go to do baptism and you got people that are at the beach. They know. People know what you're doing. They know why you're doing it. And it was great to see that. It was great to see people just come over and inquire and ask about, the service and stuff like that. That's what it's about. And today, Sister Catley, she is the mother of one of our new members. Her daughter and husband have been a part of Bethel for coming up on a few years now, and they got her mother involved, and she's been coming, and which led Sister Catley to baptism. We had Brother Adrian, who has been aware of the truth for quite some time, but as he said today, he just made that commitment, and that's what it's about. We can be exposed, we can know, but it's always beautiful when people say, I'm making that commitment. And we had another young man, Brother Brandon, in the Navy. He has to go back soon, but getting ready to be a father, and he and the family, just wanted to come out, and as he had indicated, he just wants to get himself on track with the right doctrine and understand and learn, and this is what it's about. So we had a very good time this morning at baptism. We're on our way to the class. Bible study starts at 11:30 Eastern Time, and our regular service will start at 12:30. But Bible study is always important because that's where we can go and learn additional stuff. So today's going to be a very good lesson. We're going to be continuing what happens at the end time. A lot of people don't know how the end is going to get in its chronological order and its steps, and people don't know how important that is, because when you look at the world today, and things continue to happen, it just baffles people. They get confused. I remember back in 2019, people were teaching it's 400 years and it's time to go. But when you look at the events that happened over last weekend, there's no reparations. Things are not getting better for Israel, because scripturally that doesn't happen to Israel as a nation, as a group of people. We can get better as individuals. We can make changes in our families. We can make changes within ourselves, and we can join like-minded people. And this is why, shout out to the Israel of God. We're the Bethel Fort Lauderdale class. And, there's a lot of like-minded people joining together today. So you can simply go to the Israel of God website, theisraelofgod.com, and look for a class near you. The scripture says, forsake not the assembly of yourselves. Forsake not the assembly. We're commanded to assemble today. That's why they call this a holy convocation. That's what it is, a holy convocation, a holy gathering. When we convene, and that's where that word convocation comes from, to convene. And we are convening today. So if you're anywhere, brothers and sisters, get there. We had two brothers who got baptized a few weeks ago. They drove all the way from St. Petersburg today to be in service. All the way from St. Petersburg, Florida, to be here at the Bethel Fort Lauderdale class. And they come at least 3, if not 4 times a month. And that's what it's about, brothers and sisters, when you get the word. The scripture says in the last days there will be a famine in the land, not for food, but for the word. And people will come. They will come where they can find the word. So these are young brothers. They're brothers, biologically brothers, but they also are young brothers. But they're serious about getting this thing on track. Brother Adrian, young man, serious. Brother Brandon, young man, serious. The brothers that we had several weeks ago, young men and young women, serious about this word, getting to know the truth, getting to know what we are supposed to do as individuals and as a people to come back to this word, this truth. I taught a lesson last night. We put it online last night, talking about the role of what Israel was supposed to do. Israel was supposed to be a kingdom of priests, supposed to be an example to all of the nations of the earth. Israel is just one nation, brothers and sisters, composed of 12 tribes. So Israel is composed of 12 tribes, and we know that they were split. 9 went one way, 3 came another way. We know that. But they are one nation. And that nation, even before they got split, they were supposed to be a light to all of the other nations of the earth. But now we have to do that. This is why being a part of the Israel of God, who is getting this gospel out, this truth out, is teaching the word, teaching and reading the scriptures, and not guessing at it, but opening up the book to see what the book says. And there is a standard when it comes to teaching in the Israel of God. And that is that if we don't read it, we don't teach it. We don't guess at it. We only put on the table what the word has in the scrolls of the books. That's it. And it's just that simple. And we make it that simple so that there's no misunderstanding. There's no guessing at this. We don't have time to guess. It's getting too late in the evening, as they say. It's getting too late in the evening, and the sun is going down. This 6th day is getting ready to end, brothers and sisters. The signs are all unfolding right before our eyes. When we look at the political climate on an international level, it's rolling out. Some people are looking at America as if America is the only sole Babylon. The whole world is Babylon, and the whole world is going to fall. So we need to get prepared and get our hearts and minds prepared, so that when the return of Christ comes, we know that the dead in Christ are going to rise first. But those of us that will remain, if we are still alive at his coming, we will be called up to meet them in the air. And we are going to become spirit. That is the first resurrection. And that's what that's about. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people don't know that there are 2 resurrections. And it's right there in the scriptures, but they don't know it. A lot of people have been put, because Israel is not teaching, and I'm going to say it, because Israel is not teaching, we have a doctrine on this table that has come from Roman Christianity, a variation mixed with every pagan god that there's out there just about. And it's been mixed in. And because it's been mixed in, it's been blended with the scriptures. So therefore, what we're looking at and what we're reading is just not what it's supposed to be. So come on out to the class today. Let's learn some more. Let's get some greater understanding in what we need to do. And we look forward to seeing you. We want to say happy Sabbath. Tune in. Tune in. If you're someplace and you can't get to a class, tune in, brothers and sisters. Be with us today. And that's going to be at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Like, share, subscribe, and happy Sabbath to you all. Let me just say hello to some people there. Let's see. We got Brother Reginald Israel. Happy Sabbath to you. Brother Drake Middleton. Happy Sabbath to you. Franklin Grant. Happy Sabbath to you. Oh, Sister Kelly Ming. Happy Sabbath to you, my sister. Sister Marie. Happy Sabbath to you. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but all of you all, happy Sabbath to you. And we wish you well in your service and your lesson today, wherever you're going to be or wherever you're going to be tuned into. God bless you. And again, if you're not able to come today, tune in. Tune in to an Israel God that's going to be teaching live, going live today someplace. All right? Peace and blessings to you. Happy Sabbath.